I'll tell you a small story, and this happened just recently. A particular operating engineer was taking manual readings in one of our data centers. While he was taking the manual readings, he happened to push his shoulder across a circuit breaker, and that side of the source went down. Now, because it was redundantly maintained, everything was there, the environment did not go down. But what if it had a bigger impact? Hi, my name is Jay Burse. I'm the Chief Vision Officer at Prasa. We build data centers for a living. Mission critical is related to technology or the machines that are involved in running the mission critical environment. But let me tell you one thing, that it is more human than you can imagine when it comes to mission critical spaces. And running mission critical spaces seamlessly is more of a human job than the machine job. Imagine it is 2:17 a.m. and your mission critical machines or a data center goes down. Alerts start firing left, right, center. There's very little a machine can do to come out of this situation. It's more the human on ground, alert enough, who will go and solve that as a problem. And this is where the attitude or the approach of the people running that premises or running the data center becomes extremely critical. It is not about how fast you can act, it is more about how calmly can you absorb the problem. The more calmly you absorb the problem, the higher the probability that you will be able to solve it quicker. Something that you need to understand is the alarm is a reaction of what has failed. It is not telling you why it has failed. And that's where the human intelligence or the human function comes into picture. Alarm will always tell you, okay, this thing has failed, and you got to run and look at that thing. And why it has failed can only be understood if the on-ground team is calm, composed, and knowledgeable to understand where is the problem and why has it happened. The why becomes very critical to understand before we can come to a conclusion. Even if you have redundant machines, you've taken N+2 or a 2N configuration, and yet you will find a place where things may go wrong. A small device like an ELCB, an earth leakage circuit breaker, can turn your data center down. People tend to monitor the chillers, the UPS, the PDUs, and the cooling units, because those are the large machines where most money has been spent. But a human needs to understand where else can the problem occur. Nobody cares how good the presentation was or how neat the infrastructure looks. What matters is who stays calm, who takes the ownership, who communicates clearly, and who has understood why this situation has arisen. We often try to push the machine to solve the problem rather than the human to understand the problem. And that, I believe, is the gap between an uptime and a downtime. Being calm is a skill. Having that skill is extremely necessary to ensure you can operate mission critical environment like a data center. We also need to understand that operating and running a mission critical data center is not a one-man job. It's a team job. And this is where it is very important that the team members go through human side of the training rather than the technical side of the training, where they learn to trust each other, stay calm in situations to ensure faster resolution of a downtime. Automation is growing very fast, but the human judgment still matters. Machines detect the problem, but the humans decide priorities. Uptime is really a human commitment more than a machine commitment. Behind every resilient system is a resilient team. Culture becomes visible during crisis. You learn a lot about leadership during outages. The real test isn't operations, it's how people respond to pressure. Mission critical work teach humility very, very quickly. At the end of the day, The mission critical operations are about responsibility. Technology is important, but trust, discipline, and people are what truly keep systems running and keep mission critical data centers up and running.